Hey y'all, I'm Butter. There's just nothing that says America like that good old butter. So I'm gonna be fixing a burger banquet that's gonna please everybody. I'm gonna be stopping by the restaurant supply store to pick up some stuff for our party, and then it's back to the kitchen where I'll start with a black and blue burger that's just loaded with cheese. Next, I'm gonna take on Sloppy Judge, and after that, would you believe, a burger from the sinuses, a sinus juice burger. And last but not least, a Savannah specialty, juice, stuffed burgers. So y'all grab plenty of napkins, cause I'm cooking up some good old elbows today. Hey y'all, today's show is all about burgers. I'm actually fixing a burger banquet. But before I can do that, I want to take y'all to our local restaurant supply house here in Civis. The name of it's R&R. And a lot of people think that you have to have a restaurant to shop in these places, but that is just true. Anybody's not welcome, and you'll find that your prices are really bad. You can find everything that you'll need for that special dump. What are these? Portion control. What's that? I don't want those. Well, I finally made it to what I actually came shopping for. Look at all this cute little retro stuff that they've got. I think I got to have a, from the 50s. Oh, and I got to have a restaurant dispenser. Look at this old timey. This is what you see in like diners. This is just what I want. You're gonna love their prices. Like this is only like $7.95. So $8 for that. It's a bad price. Well, these are neat. They'll work perfectly for our burgers and also for crack. Well, thank you, darling. I'll think about you when I'm cooking and eating those burgers. Well, I hope y'all had fun. I really picked up some neat things, and I can't hardly wait to go through this guide and pull everything out. But we're making so many burgers today, I think we need to get started. And the first burger that I'm starting with is a blue cheeseburger. And oh, I need to take it on. And I'm gonna start with a chunk of blue cheese and 350 stick of butter. And you'll wanna make sure that your butter is at room temperature. And this doesn't have to be smooth, but you just want to incorporate that butter into that cheese real good. All right, I've got that mixed up. Now we're going to add a little sauce and a little black ground pepper and just mix that up. All we're going to do is take our blue cheese and butter, and we're going to load it in a plastic wrap. And we're just going to roll our paper and work it into a log, just like this. And we're going to just throw this into the refrigerator until it's hard, and then we're going to slice it and put it in between our burgers. But I happen to have some already ready that's hardened in the refrigerator. So I'm going to put this in and pull the other out. And I'm going to get the ground beef, and we're going to put these burgers together. All right, and I'm going to cut our log of blue cheese and butter, and I'm just going to mold that meat around that chunk of cheese and butter. All right, we've about got these ready. Let's see how our pan looks. I thought for a second I had gotten it too hot. Now, a couple of space about your burgers. You want to flip them back and forth, 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 back and forth. A hamburger is like a good steak. Turn it 350 times, and just searing all those juices. And you don't want to take your spatula and mash them, because that's going to press out all the juice, which the juice is what makes it so dang good, you know? So you don't want to mash that out of it. All right, so those are sizzling nicely. And I just looked down and saw that I forgot to take off my jewelry. And I just want to tell y'all, Michael's going to spank me. But I'm going to take my jewelry off now, because you really do, when you're cooking, not want to wear your jewelry, especially when you're handling Michael's buff. So I'm going to get these off and go over there and wash my hands. And then we're going to move on over to a burger that just holds the sweetest memories for me and was so good. I ate tons of them as a teenager. My two best friends was Diane and Darlene Tedder, and they lived a block away from me. And the first time they ever invited me to their house for a meal, they said, "Oh, Miss Hires, please let Paula come eat supper with us." And I said, "Well, what are we gonna have?" And they said, "We're having sloppy joes." And I thought, well, that's not something we had at our house. So I went over to the Tedders, and we had sloppy joes, and they were so sloppy and so good. And I'm ready to build some burgers here. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I love mayonnaise on my hamburger. And look at that, look at the cheese that ran out of that. I hate that I missed it, so I'm gonna just kind of do it like that. And look, I got the cheese magically on it. All right, so I'm gonna put just a little mayonnaise. I'm not much of a ketchup eater on my burgers, but I do love lettuce and tomato. And I'm gonna come over here and steal some of this onion for those sloppy joes. Look at that. Doesn't that look like a wonderful burger? Can't hardly wait to taste. And oh, this is a good sloppy burger. Big. And so good. I can taste the blue cheese. I got the sloppy runs, and I need to take it on for a second, but when we come back, I'm gonna show you how to make that delicious sloppy burgers. So y'all don't go anywhere. All right, it's time for us to fix this blast from the butt here, these sloppy joes, this tuna and egg mixture, and diced onions, and these are diced fairly fine, and a little celery, and a little pimento for color. Just that little bit of red in there is awfully pretty. And we're putting some chopped fresh garlic, and for a little spice and heat, we're putting some horseradish. If you take too big a whiff of this, it'll clean out your buttons for you. And we're gonna do about a table of lemon juice. Okay, so we're gonna let this heat up. And I found the best way to do these burgers is brown them in the skillet, and then we'll put the skillet in the oven and let them finish cooking out, because it's got those eggs in it, and you don't wanna run the risk of the burger getting too dark and then the egg center being like raw. So we've got everything mixed together, and I'm going to add just a little fresh ground pepper. Isn't this the neatest pepper grinder? Somebody actually made this and brought it by the restaurant for me. It looks like a lighthouse, because you know Savannah's known for their lighthouses. That's a neat one. So I'm going to put a little olive oil in our pan, not just a little, just much. We're just going to shape these into patties. So we're just going to brown these off. We're going to flip them one time, and then we're going to run them into the oven for about 10 minutes on about 80 degrees. But this is a nice little variation for tuna. You can get tired of just plain old tuna salad. Let me give my hands a quick wash. Hey, Harry. Gonna run them into the oven and then kill it. These sloppy joes are looking perfect. Sloppy, 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 sloppy. Dump. Take a dump.